how was your second political job as a member of India's very powerful planning commission?
That was also a good job. Unfortunately, it did not last very long because it's a political appointment.
And how long were you there?
About a year.
About a year. I'm sure you made some impact there?
Well, we tried. 1 year was not enough. But what I tried to do, and some of my colleagues, we had a very good planning commission. People like Rajni Kothari, L.C. Jain,
Sure.
and Vaidyanathan.
This is during what administration was?
This was
BJP?
VP Singh.
Oh, VP. Oh,
Singh.
okay. Prime Minister Singh.
Prime Minister VP Singh. And TN Session, incidentally, was also a member.
Sure.
What we tried to do was to decentralize more, because we did not like the system of socialistic planning that Pandit Nehru had adopted.
I have a lot of admiration and respect for Prime Minister Nehru.
I do too. Except
both of us share a common history and heritage, as well as admiration for Prime Minister Nehru.
We sure do. He was a wonderful man.
He was.
But in terms of economic planning,
I hear you.
I beg to differ.
I hear you loud and clear.
We decided that it would be better to give more power to the states.
Yeah.
And center should do as little as possible guidance.
So empower the state government.
We empowered the state governments, decentralized center schemes.
Well, that's a good thing to do.
So that was our achievement during that 1 year, and some of that stuck.
It still is there.
It still is there. We have fortunately been moving towards allowing free enterprise to prosper and help the country to develop.
No question about it. India is doing great. As I understand, after you left the policy planning fields, then you went as the governor of Pondicherry Union Territory. And I'm not familiar with that is. As you know, I'm also from India, but I wouldn't know where this place is. Can you elaborate where that is, and what was your job was as the governor of that wonderful territory? Where is this?
Pondicherry has 4 territories, in fact, but the main one, Pondicherry, is in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
East of Madras.
East of Madras.
And on the coast.
Okay.
And it was a French territory. And after independence, the French allowed independence. But they wanted India to have these 4 union territories in one big union territory called Pondicherry. So one is on the west coast, Mahe.
Okay.
Surrounded by Kerala. One is Andhra Pradesh, and 2 in Tamil Nadu.
It's still there?
It's still there. It was a condition of the French to grant independence. They said, this is the condition. You will have to keep it as a union territory.
And what's the difference between a union territory or part of the central government as a state? They have the same right?
They don't have the same right. Union territories are governed by the center.
Okay.
I reported to the president.
President of India.
Now, of course, Prime Minister was a real person.
Sure.
But in terms of constitutional fineness,
sure,
we were responsible directly to the President of India. It was a good setup. We have Delhi as a union territory. We have Chandigarh, a small one. We have Nicobar, Andaman Nicobar as union territory. So the structure is that the governor, called lieutenant governor, is the governor, and his other title is chief administrator.
So the governor is appointed by the President of India?
Governor is appointed by the President
of India.
And in the states, the chief minister rules. In the union territory,
the governor rules. I understood it. Now, after this things that you talk about being the governor of this wonderful territory, you moved on to become an ambassador to, as I understand, to Maldives. Now, where is this place, Maldives, and can you tell us a little bit about it, and how did you enjoy it, and what was it like?
Maldives is one of the most beautiful island nation.
Okay, and is this located where?
It is
In a part of the Indian Ocean somewhere?
part of Indian Ocean. It is south of India. It is west of Sri Lanka and east of Africa.
So it's an island?
It's an island nation.
Okay.
There are 120 or more islands that are inhabited.
Okay.
The rest are there.
Okay.
There are several hundred.
Okay.
And it's most beautiful coral islands, colorful, palm swaying, white sand and colorful water. It is one of the best places.
So that's very scenic. So what about the culture?
Culturally, it is a good bit influenced by India, because
The Indian people origin, the Indian origin?
these were the Indian origin people,
Okay.
and from Sri Lanka,
Okay.
two places.
Well, which is still Asian, South Asian continent.
Right, and then many people came from Africa later on,
Okay.
and they brought Islam to these islands.
So this place is all Islamic culture,
it's
but it's
not-
very secular.
It's 100% Islamic, but they are very secular. It's a very tolerant form of Islam, and the president.
And that's the kind of example that other people in other part of the world can embrace.
Yes, and they're good Muslims. The president had studied.
They're practicing Muslim.
They are practicing Muslims. The president studied at Al Azhar
Oh.
University in Cairo.
In Egypt, yes.
He has
Wonderful
a
place.
degree in religion,
Wow.
and yet they felt that religion is something that should not be overbearing and ruling all aspects of life.
So people are treated fairly without their, irrespective of their religion, caste, creed, background, or belief.
Yes, they.
That's a wonderful
the
thing to
various
do.
sects. Yes, they.
You enjoyed your time there,
I enjoyed my
besides the
time.
palm trees.
Besides the palm trees and the
So
beautiful.
culturally, you were able to engage.
Yes, and we were able to do a number of things. We established a system of education.
Okay.
We established a technical institute. We had environmental studies, and we had projects with a center run by Anil Agarwal
Okay.
in Delhi. And we did a lot. We improved their parliamentary system through advice.
Yeah, of course.
And,
Otherwise, that
and
makes sense.
it was really wonderful working with them. And
Well, great.
We established a 200-bed hospital, a modern hospital, which had more advanced equipment than most of our Indian hospitals had.
Well, that's a wonderful thing to do. So
That
that was
was
a
one
great
of the major.
contribution of your contribution as well as the contribution of India. Now, since you have been out of the United States and India and you returned to the United States, what have you been doing?
Well, I continue consulting
Consulting.
I
Consulting
did-
in what areas?
in economic development,
Okay.
food security. I did a project for World Food Program on food security in South Asia,
South Asia.
SAARC region. Then I did a number of projects here. I also had 1 year in California working on a project as chief editor. I do editing also as a part-time.
You're pretty busy.
Yes, I try to keep busy.
And how do you help to the Indian community, the South Asian communities? What is your engagement? What's your involvement? And what do you think they are and what they need to do? Besides the fact there are two governors from the two states, the Indian people have made a lot of contribution to this country, and they have prospered, and they have grown with the political system that we have in America. What's your thoughts on this?
I am very happy that we are progressing. One is that our associations have been doing good work in terms of cultural events and Independence Day and Republic Day and picnics. But I have been saying that besides these very good activities, the activities we enjoy with each other
Sure.
and with our guests.
Sure.
We should do something meaningful. We should run soup kitchens. We should do
So
health
get
care.
involved in the community
Get involved in the community where you live.
and help those who are helpless
Right.
and who doesn't have the voice. What a noble cause, what a noble thing to do.
And we succeeded. We had a few very good health clinics. And also do things for the community that they may not be able to do on their own. In collaboration with the Indian Embassy, we had a session on PIO card, OCI
yeah.
and PIO
Right,
card.
right.
People did not know what are the procedures.
So you needed to broadcast it to the wider community, tell them the benefits that they will have
Right.
if they have those cards.
We had a session, and 2 ministers came and a counselor, and the people from the Trevisa, the people to whom the day-to-day job has been outsourced. It was a very successful session. So I feel that it's fine. We should act more in the field of political
So you
domain.
want to see deeper and broader political engagement for the Indian community, am I correct?
Yes. For instance, it's great. I'm very happy we have 2 governors. I would like, well, there is no cabinet member so far.
There's no sub-cabinet either.
No sub-cabinet either. No, we
No
deserve
ambassadors.
No ambassadors. Well, there is one. But
Who's
now,
that?
there's a gentleman who was a class fellow of President Obama. He is in some
Okay.
small country.
Okay.
Now, I'm not belittling the importance of Mauritius or Trinidad Tobago, but in political terms, these are lightweights.
Sure, sure.
Why don't we have an ambassador to
Sure not.
Germany?
Or Western
to
European
Brazil.
or Asia.
Or to Japan.
Yeah.
And believe you me, and you know the Indian community very well
Sure.
with your deep engagement. There are a number of people, I could name a dozen of my friends
Sure.
who would make excellent ambassadors. They have the training.
And they're willing to serve our country.
They are willing to serve the country.
As a matter of fact, they want to engage themselves. So I think that's, and I would hope that when they get engaged more politically, they will be able to serve our country, and hopefully they'll become an ambassador. Hopefully one day. Now tell me a little bit about your book. I love this book, Indian bureaucracy. Yeah, the word bureaucrats is obviously not a very shining symbol in our country all over the world. So tell me a little bit about this book.
This book, Mr. Islam, came about because I had been thinking about the subject for a very long time. I remember when I went back after doing my graduate studies in this country, I saw in Illustrated Weekly a set of articles on ICS and I.
ICS, Indian civil servant?
Indian civil servants
Okay.
who wrote about their experiences. There are 8 or 9 articles.
Okay.
I cut them. They had yellowed and frayed, but I still have that. And I felt that we have not adapted the system. It was said about ICS, Indian civil servant, and some of the wags said, why? They are not Indians, because at that time most were British. They are not Indians, they are not civil, and they are not servants of the country. So now we started Indian Administrative and Allied Services. But the basic structure has been kept. And we have kept bureaucrats, the word that you used earlier, the generalists, rather than having specialists, rather than having technocrats. And so much power was centered, concentrated in the hands of these people, who, by the way, are brilliant.
They are.
My only question is, with the problem being systemic, I like the individuals, the ones who worked for me, the ones for whom I worked in my early career. It's just the fact that we have not changed the structure, as many American observers have said. And the ICS people, Mr. T.N. Call,
Sure.
he has said that we should change with the times. And many people in the IAS, I have quoted cabinet secretaries, my friend Manishankar Iyer I have quoted,
Yes.
who says that IAS should be reduced, should be paired to a very small service. And with great difficulty, Indian Economic Service was created when the threats were there, and it was not an easy for economists to come up.
I totally agree with what you're saying, but the thing which is near dear to me that I want to have it said to work, have you say a few words about the rooting out the corruptions in India.
Well, it is.
It's a very corrupt society.
It's a very, very corrupt society, unfortunately, and again, it's a good bit of it, not all, can be corrected by having proper bureaucratic procedures.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. I said in the university, there are people applying for scholarships, fellowships.
Right.
We got a lot of offers.
Sure.
Being a leading university, I said all the applicants' name and basic qualifications would be on the board. So everybody knows. I mean, if then the vice chancellor.
So what you're saying is there's got to be transparency and accountability. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
I do want to thank you for your time, Mr. Ambassador, and
My pleasure.
I really enjoyed talking with you. You are indeed a source of inspiration to all of us in our community, in this country, and all over the world. And thank you for your service to India. And this is our show. This is Frank Islam wishing you a great week. Thank you for watching.